And them things, that's why I wish that Taco Bell would just sell the actual thing so I don't have to make it myself. You know? Email you some pizza. Not that, girl. I made me a Mexican pizza. It was so good. Ooh. And I don't want to go to sleep, so I'm about to come talk to y'all. Because if I go to sleep, I'm going to be up in the middle of the night, and I don't want to. I don't want to be up in the middle of the night. Look at me looking like somebody grandma. I am. Thank you. Y'all want to hear something? Thank you, cream. Is that cash rules everything around me kind of cream or fluffy white sweet cream? Which one is it? Hey, Angel. Hey. Hey, y'all. Uh-oh. Hey, Kiva, Mariah. Make sure I got that going. Listen. I just want to know which one. Hey, Tasty Cakes. Hey, everybody. Listen. Uh-oh. Hold on. Okay, I want to tell y'all something, too. I want everybody to know I'm the cream of the crop because I know better. And is and like it. Oh, cream of the crop. I didn't even see that part, Pumpkin. I just saw cream. Okay. And do and is. All right now. Ain't nothing wrong with the other ones either. But yeah, I want to say this to y'all. If I ever make y'all feel like y'all not important or I didn't see you, I'm sorry. Cause it's a lot of y'all and only one of me. I be having to repeat that sometimes. So I might not say your name. I might not say nothing to you. It ain't that you not are not just as important as the person that like to stick their fingers under the door. You hear me? You said I walked away from you. Oh, you used to be over here? It's okay, Pumpkin. Remember I told you I'm a seed thrower. Don't worry about it. You came back. You didn't walk away from me. You didn't. Listen, I don't. When people leave, this is why when I first started this, I told people it hurt me to see you wearing those shades. Oh, you gonna see me wearing them because they might be on in a little bit. It's more so to because these lights hurt my eyes, y'all, and I be straining and stuff. So I was actually getting ready to put them on. I said, okay, well we'll see how this do because I don't. My sight is crazy, right? And I know it's just from looking at all these little bitty words for 2.5 years. You know what I mean? It even hurts my eyes when I'm trying to read, and I don't like it. I'm watching YouTube's. Oh, so I can study. Oh, thank you. But let me say this. Yeah, I've been taking a break from being on the internet. Yes, I follow you so much, Miss. I know that God forgives. I realize I need, and I must open repent. Listen, Pumpkin. God knows the time for everybody. That's what I was gonna say. Like, I literally throw seeds out. This is a part of my journey, and I know you're welcome. It's a part of my journey. So I kind of told y'all in the beginning, and people, I make it funny, but I really be trying to let y'all know what it's going to be. I already know that the things that I say and the way that I deliver God's word, it is not normal for people. It's not. I learned this a long time. Matter of fact, it was hard for me to understand why God did it the way that He did because I would be in the trap houses and stuff. I'm trying to tell you with my homeboy or wherever I was at chilling, and he got me talking, and I would like correct myself and all these different things, and I started seeing this must be how He want me to talk to him. So let me just do it. I grew so much when I first listened to you. I regret the fact that I've listened to so many others. Oh, Pumpkin, don't listen. You good. This is a thing. I'm not normal. I'm definitely abnormal. Do you understand? And so it takes a lot, especially like if you send somebody over here, they not you. They people are not used to me, and I had to be okay with that. You hear me? I had to be okay with the way that you tell the Bible, the way you the way that you convey God to people. People not used to that. You hear me? They not. But it be something when they go back to that regular. You said when they go back to that regular. No, I'm just playing. Listen, you said I may not be normal, but the way you break it down, we understand it. This is the thing. God taught me, y'all. Whether people, I had people tell me all kind of stuff, and I said, do you think that God would be better If I took my gift, I mean, he would be happier. If I took my gift in a church and to make the church look good, I'd use whatever gifts he gave me and preach the house down, but nobody turned their life around? Or do you think he would rather me be how I am and people's lives are changing? Which one do you think he would prefer? Like when I used to tell people, they'd say, honey, they be messing with that reefer. And I said, ooh, I know. Because Sister Jones keeps some pills in her purse. Mother always got a pill or two in her purse, honey. And she'll give it to somebody if they need it. I said, so they better not deal with these drug dealers in the church. I said, everybody got pills in that church. Everybody on their way to the doctor every week because they got a pain in their knee, a pain in the back, a pain in the shoulder. Baby, that's why they be nodding in the church stands, baby, because they be... What we not going to do? What we not going to do? We not going to do it. We not. I said, God ain't a healer no more. They don't like to talk to me. I'm trying to tell you. The Lord ain't using you if you on them meds. I said, well, you better not ever get up and preach and have a hydrocodone in your pocket. Ever. Don't tell me you hurt your back shouting, baby, and you done twisted your ankle in your little kitten heels. Because, baby, don't tell me the Lord can speak through you when you on prescription, but I'm getting what comes right out the ground, baby, what he made for me, and it just stop it. But we not going to do. We not going to do none of that. And I comes for them every time they come for me. I said, well, let's talk about it then. You say a demon is on me. Well, what you think a spell will do to you? Incantation, witchcraft, and poison. Hallelujah. Tell me, Miss Lady. Tell me, Mr. Sir. Well, what are you talking about? Did you know the meaning of the word pharmacy? Now, I need you to go and take a tally and tell me how many people was on prescription medication at your church. And then we can talk about substance abuse. And then we can talk about the demon of drugs getting on people. We can talk about all that. And once we start at the house of God. Because judgment started at the house of God, babe. So before we go out to the streets and tell the men that's standing on the corner, wooty wop, let's go talk. Thank you. Let's go talk to your doctor. We need to talk to the reverend, baby. We need to get everybody together, and we gonna have a ceremony and have an intervention in the church. Don't ever talk to me about rugs, and everybody in the church is on rugs. They got fat rugs, skinny rugs. They got rugs for everything. Probably 20 different rugs in their purse while we riding around in the car. This is how all the teenagers can go into their sanctified grandma's medicine cabinet and get all the rugs. How your grandbaby get it, mother, and if you didn't have it in there? Thank you. I'm trying to see. Oh, okay. And see, then they don't want to talk to me like I done did something to them. Then they don't want to have no more conversations with Circle. They don't want to talk. No, sister, I don't want to. I'll call you later, and then the call will never come. Because if we gonna break it all the way down, we gonna break it down to the nitty of the grittiest. You literally make me love myself. Listen, God makes you love yourself, baby. Listen. I'm gonna try to tell you something. Circle don't have nothing to do with it. Circle don't. I am as dirty as a dirty mop. As far as in God, if I compare myself to God's standards, I can never be anything. So when I be telling y'all, like, I'm not on no pedestal, baby. I be scared for my soul every day. And I don't even really leave my house. But that don't mean nothing. That don't mean my thoughts can't be crazy, or, my heart might not be right one day, or I didn't pop out. I mean, I'm still literally walking out my salvation with y'all every day. You hear me? You ain't heard me say I'm saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost filled, water baptized, and I got Jesus on my side. I'm gonna find. Unless I was playing and singing it. Not that it's a joke, but I don't have. You should be able to feel the love of God on me. You should be able to feel the sincereness of the gift of persuasion that God has given me. Because in order, and see, this is what I don't understand about people that's in the ministry. And I ain't knocking nobody. But God, when he gives you the Holy Ghost, he gives you a gift of persuasion. He gives you wisdom and temperament, okay? Because everybody didn't come from the same walk. Everybody didn't live everybody wasn't raised in church. Everybody didn't even have to be made to go to church on Easter, baby. Everybody didn't grow up with a Bible in their house. So you have to speak a language that people can understand, so they can understand God. And they say, oh, I'm not doing that. Jesus did it. What is a parable? What is a parable? Can you give me the definition of a parable, please? Don't worry about it. We all been ignorant, honey. We all done had our time, I'm telling you. You all right? God got his appointed time for everything. You ain't off track, you on track. Don't worry about it. Long as your goal is to understand what God wants you to do, you always gonna be on track. Because even your detours is for your good. I'm trying to tell you, you good. I listen. You will. You. Do y'all know how many people have talked people? Okay, well, I'm gonna show you something. How many of y'all families told y'all don't listen to me? Just watch this, Cream. A simple story used to illustrate a moral or spiritual lesson is told by Jesus in the Gospels. Interesting. A simple story used to illustrate moral or spiritual lessons as told by Jesus in the Gospels. Interesting. So can I ask y'all a question? Why the hell is people running around throwing all these scriptures instead of just telling the people a story that will convey to them exactly what it is that they mean? Oh, okay. You see all them hands? All of them people, somebody told them I was a cult, I was a false prophet. Don't listen to me. I'm crazy. She be cussing and teaching the Bible. I said they don't read the Bible. But moving on, because I believe one of Jesus' homeboys was always losing his tongue a little bit. And then, not that it's okay. From what we have learned, I feel far away because of the things that I've done. Oh. Okay. I see what you're saying. Mine said turn her off and do. Y'all won't be the first. Y'all will not be the first. When I tell you for sure, that's been happening to me since I was 16 or 17 years old. You hear me? For sure, since I was 16 or 17. Really younger than that, but for sure, since I was 16 or 17. And you want to know the amazing thing about God? You want to know the amazing thing about God? He made me people didn't. When I would be in the clubs in different places, I told y'all, it didn't even have to be the shake 'em up. It could be a regular outing. I have been at the grocery store and people have come up to me at a job. I told y'all the lady at my collections job that I had. She walked up to me our second or third week in training or whatever and was like, God keeps telling me to talk to you. I don't know you, lady. She said, no, and we became best friends for a very long time. It's a random white lady. Thicker than 1,000. I said, girl, you sure you ain't got no black in you all that? She said, She had a red, She's like, no, girl, I don't. Why we both had on a red shirt and some jeans and some cute, we both had, the little, I said, not my white sister. Okay, hey, girl. Because the way you was throwing in them jeans, you would not. I'm pale. Hey, Tay, talking about pale. You hear me? She was pale. Thicker than 1,000. Nothing extra. It's all her. You hear me? And she told me, she walked up, she said, God told me you can tell me what to do. I said, baby. Because at them jobs, you could get fired for talking about the Lord. And it wasn't that I was scared, but I needed my job. Okay? I needed my job. Now, out of work, you can call me whatever. But in this building right here, she said, no. God told me that I'm supposed to talk to you. And I said, listen. I said, what is the issue? And she told me the problem. She had a rare, some kind of thing where her body would be unaliving her babies, right? And I've told this testimony, I tell it. She tells it, I tell it, we tell it together. So with that, I said, okay, well, I'm going to go home. I'm 21, y'all. I said, I'm going to go home and pray. I don't even know this lady. I said, but I will go home and pray, and whatever God tells me, that's what I'm going to do. So God told me, I have one call. When I call her white chocolate, I'm trying to tell you, I had a lot of white friends. A lot. A lot of them. You hear me? Come on. But God told me to give her a bottle of oil. I tell this story all the time because it's powerful. She had lost like 4 babies. Her and her new husband, they had lost 4 babies. She only had 1. I don't think he had any, or I don't really know before that. Long story short, God told me to give her this oil and to anoint her womb. So right under the belly button, right, like in her nape, in this area, your little bikini area, and then the actual covering of her womb 3 times a day, morning, noon, and night, right? The doctors told her they might as well adopt. They're not ever going to, she's never going to have any healthy pregnancies. She got pregnant the same time I did. Our babies is like 2 weeks apart. Be careful what you pray for others. You hear me? Because her said, yes, baby, our babies is 2 weeks. I said, no, this is not how this is supposed to work. And I got sat down again at church. You hear me? But not only did she have 1 healthy boy, she had 3 healthy, strong, big old boys. They big. Because their daddy was a big black man. They is big boys. I mean, big, fine too. And what I mean by that is they not no weird, no. Her boys are handsome. There's nothing wrong with them. The doctors had told her, because they grown now, all of this stuff that was going to happen and this and that. She had healthy, strong, handsome boys, honey. One of them got blue eyes, gorgeous little boy. You hear me? That blonde, sandy hair, nice looking boys. Where the doctors told her she would never have nobody, have no more children. You hear me? And she said, I don't know. I know the last time I talked to her, she still had the bottle of oil. These kids is out like 20s. I think the youngest one might be 18 because they was kind of stair-step. So if my daughter about to be 21, the oldest boy's 21. So they probably about to be 21, about to be 19, about to be 18. Youngest one probably is 17 years old. Oh, thank you, Pumpkin. I appreciate you. Thank you. Whoa. That is interesting. It scared me a little bit. Thank you, Pumpkin. I appreciate that. You just scared the hell out of me, girl. Yes, it was. Thank you. It was a ring and the galaxy. I'm out of this world, and I'm a rose in a, roses. You got to spread fertilizer on them. Thank you. I appreciate you. Ooh, it made me nervous. That's like, yeah. I was like, what the hell? Hold on. There's a whole bunch of noise over here. Look it. Y'all heard that over there? Listen here. It made me a little nervous. It's all right. Okay, we're back. But listen, when I say you never know, okay. Thank you. Y'all heard it? Yeah, it was a rose in the galaxy and all kinds of stuff. Shook y'all too, okay? Because we ain't used to that over here. I froze for a minute. Right, girl, you had all us nervous. We don't, that ain't stuff we see over here. So, look, had everybody nervous. They not used to it. The kids, it's all right, kids, okay? It's all right. No, no, no. It's a magic show. Yes, calm down. All y'all scared. We all over here nervous. You hear me? Look, at that don't make no sense. That do not make no sense that everybody done jumped and froze. Like, what the? Y'all just used to seeing my old mug up here, and that's it. That's all. Thank you so much. So anyway, just understand that wherever it is that you are supposed to be, that's where you're going to be. Do you understand? You cannot. You thought it was a kid sword that went out. Right. So you was scared too. Yep. Do y'all see that? Oh my goodness. You see it? Thank you. That is like real cool. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. That is, y'all heard it? It said, yeah. It's two of them. I don't know what that, but thank you. It is very cool, cause that's cool. Thank you. So listen. Yeah. Girl, listen, I'm going through menopause, so brain fog be a thing. I think it's too late for me. I really wanted to be a mom. So happy to hear others. Girl, don't you ever say that. And I told you my son was 17 when my auntie had her first baby. What does that mean? You read the story. You said that's how you know you don't be begging on here. Yeah, because I don't like to beg people for stuff. But even with that, we gonna leave it. Yeah, she was 80. I thought she was 80 when she had him. What does that mean? Do you know people have had, girl, stop. You ain't never heard of the menopause oops babies? You don't know the mamas that got a 45-year-old and a 16-year-old? You know them? And everybody think that the little, like DC Young Fly. Is that his name, DC Young Fly? Is that his name? He talked about how his parents was old and his brothers and stuff was like, you can get one of them kids. Listen. No, you good. You good. Oh, you said, yeah, stay out my brain. Oh, that's who you was thinking about, nephew? Don't feel that. You good. Me and my little brother, 22 years apart. I got a 50-year-old and a 30-year-old. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Girl, you got time. Don't rush it, because in a minute you're going to be like, oh, I shouldn't have said nothing. Listen, I do not pray for that. Thank you, Lord Jesus. I did my time already. I already did my bid. You know what I'm saying? I did my bid. I don't need no more, what they call it, entanglements. Kids is an entanglement. They only give you sometimes love and stuff, and they take all the goods you got to give them, and sometimes they give you love back. Sometimes they don't answer when you call them. Kids is like an entanglement. Oh, don't feel that, pumpkin. Just stay over here. Just stay over here. You know what? I need you to go on Amazon real quick, and I need you to order this. But where am my other one at? In my room? I've been looking for my pink one. I think it's in my bathroom. I need you to go order this right here. Matter of fact, give me a page. Give me a number. You good. Give me a number. Every time I come in here, I always come just in time about what I'm going through personal life. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm gonna get you one too, Tay. But I'm gonna pull 33 for you. I was talking to Miss Cream of the Crop. I need to give her. She need one today. We gonna get your 33 and hold it. Hold on, y'all. No, not your phone Not your phone number, pumpkin. Ooh, delete that if you can. Not your phone number. Give me. I was gonna say, give me a phone number. You could, you could take like 33 right now. Give me 1 second. Not your phone number, pumpkin. Please don't ever do that. No, no, no. Yeah. Um, give me a page number between just we'll say 10 and 180, 191. You good? 10 and 191. It's okay. 10 and 191. Hold on, y'all. Give me a number between 10 and 180, 191. Right. I'm asking you to give me a number. You said I thought I was coming on a break. And my face wet, girl. 10 and 981, 191. The number 10 and 191. Girl, I told you. Yeah. 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 We gonna keep Taste 33 too. I need a number, pumpkin. Come on. Give me a number between 10 and 191. Maybe Tay's number is your page. We'll read Tay's page. Okay, we're going to read Tay's page. All right, Tay's page says, together they will be like mighty warriors in battle, trampling their enemy into the mud of the streets. Sound like my kind of party. They will fight because the Lord is with them, and they will put the enemy's horsemen to shame. Ooh. Yes, and that's toilet paper. And is. A prayer from the front line. Chosen leader of the Lord, may you never again allow fear to keep you from stepping out onto the front line. I pray the Lord will be your strength as you fight the good fight. I pray in Jesus' name that you will find great peace as you prepare for battle. May your life become an adventure filled with great joy in the midst of every trial you face. And may our Lord strengthen you and surround you with his heavenly host of angels in any and all of life's challenges. May your courage to step out in faith bring revival to your family and friends. In Jesus' name, amen. Oh, that was good, Tay. That was good. That was good. Yeah. It's okay, pumpkin. Don't worry about it. Just stay around. It was a good one. So listen here, family. Let me say this to y'all. Hi, Auntie Judy. Let me say this to y'all. The bigger the challenge, I need y'all to write. Who got a pen? Somebody got a pen? Can you make a message on your phone? Everybody, make this message on your phone, please. Please. And time and date it. The bigger the trouble, the bigger the miracle. Y'all understand that, right? You understand that? The bigger the trouble, the bigger the miracle. It's a real thing. God needs you to make him bigger than every single situation in your life. You said the troubles have been troubling. Okay. But until you let it, we did this already. Until you let him go, he can't do nothing with it. You can't hold on to it and ask God to fix it. When you go get your car fixed, you got to give him your car. When you go in surgery, you don't get to say, "No, I'm not giving your body, giving you my body to fix on." You have to be at the hands of the surgeon. You have to give your car over into the hands of the person that can fix it. Unless you do hair, If you going to get a sew in, put in and taken out, you got to give yourself to the hands of the barber or the stylist that is going to take care of your issue. You said, I lost my job and I'm at peace. God has it. Come on, auntie. And we'll take care of you when you ain't got, listen. The trouble doesn't bother me so much more once I understood that. Come on. I wrote this down, dated it, and signed it. Come on. How will you know what miracles God can do for you if you never have any trouble? Water heater went out, but God, I trust you. Come. Oh, I'm trying to tell you. I was looking for a new job, and so I've been down. I haven't landed a new one, but this message, yeah. Y'all. Okay, so then how do you learn to trust God? You learn to trust God by, okay, listen to me. I can only tell y'all from my experience. So at 11 years old, when I was not in my parents' house, what do y'all think got me by? You can't have no ID at 11. Wasn't no kid walking around with no cell phone in 1991. That's all I had was faith. At 11 years old, I had to have faith that God was going to send somebody. And he always did. Do you understand? When I was thousands of miles away from my parents as a teenager, and not even a teenager yet, God kept me. Where was I going to work at 11? Where was I going to work at 12? Where was I going to work at 13? Nowhere. Nowhere. But God had already given me tools. Like I could clean really well. I knew how to braid hair. So there were things, I babysat different things where God blessed me as a kid to basically be able to move into people's houses, watch their kids, cook, clean. I'm 11, 12, running the house like a whole grown woman, honey. Because my mom was always at work. Not that she didn't take care of us. She was at work. And so I had to do, y'all know how it is being an older sibling at home. You already know. You got to put the clothes in the washer, take out the food. If your mama ain't going to make it, you got to cook some. I mean, help your little brother or sister with their homework. Make sure the house clean when they get home. Like, there was responsibilities that was on me. And I'm grateful I had them because they end up becoming things that I could use when I was out on my own. At an age where you can't even get a job. Do you understand? But I knew prayer, and I knew to ask God to protect me. I knew to ask God to send somebody, thank you, to feed me. I knew. And these were things that I got in just the first 11 years of my life. Ooh, girl. When I tell you, you is scaring me. Oh, God. Listen here. Ooh, shoot. Girl, listen here. It's spooking me. Because, Lord, thank you. I appreciate you. Listen. Ooh, okay. So, yeah. Thank you, Pumpkin. So with that, faith is all I had. You hear me? You gotta warn us, right? You gotta let us know, baby. We is not used to that over here. We do our thing. Don't get me wrong, but look, everybody like, oh shoot, Okay, listen. Well, welcome. If you're your second time joining, thank you. I appreciate her. But don't do it. Don't worry about it. It's okay, Pumpkin. This is the thing. We have to understand that God knows what He's doing, right? And so when everybody was speaking death over my life, when everybody was saying they was gonna find me in a ditch, or this was gonna happen to me, or I was gonna be way out wild on some other stuff, God kept me. I'm not saying I didn't get into the mix. I got into all kinds of stuff. Not crazy stuff, but I was in the midst of a lot of things. But even in the midst of dangerous situations, very dangerous situations, even as a kid, God gave me wisdom, and he would tell me things, and I could hear his voice clearly as a kid when he would tell me, don't go this way, don't go that way, don't go with them, don't get in the car with them, don't take the ride from them, even though it's cold and it's raining and you wet, keep walking, go in this gas station and sit right there until you can get, like, all of those things. So people often wonder, and I'm not saying I haven't been broken and felt like God wasn't listening to me. I've had some times where I felt like God had let me down, but I realized he didn't. I realized I was throwing a fit because I couldn't get what I wanted at the time. Because I felt like he should bend to my will and not me to his will. Didn't realize that me bending to his will was going to give me everything I was asking for. Unless that thing was going to lead me away from him, and then he's not going to give you that. The devil gives you breadcrumbs to lead you away from God. God gives you whole loaves to stay. Talk about you want to get that bread. You hear me? The devil give you bread croutons. So come on out. Well, I'll give you a little bit more. Well, here, you want it? Here. It's just a little, ooh, isn't that good? Tasty olive oil, right? And God's sitting over here with the whole loaf like this. And you like, God, I'm so hungry. Thank you. You like, God, I'm so hungry. You hear me? God, I'm so hungry. And he like, well, why you keep going to get the croutons? And I baked 4 new loaves of bread for you every morning. Before you could even ask, the bread was already rising. You hear me? You understand? You hear me? Uh-oh. Yeah. I don't. But I'm grateful you do. You hear me? So we be leaving. Oh, matter of fact, I got something. Yeah, I know. I don't know what that is. We just don't. Now this is unleavened bread. This right here is real unleavened bread. It is. It's show bread. Okay. It's the show bread. But listen. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You know what? My hand was itching earlier. Maybe that's what this is about. And I know that's whatever, but it was itching. Just I was about to scratch all my skin off of it. It just started itching out of nowhere earlier. And look at what's happening. So that is probably what that was about. Now I know it's supposed to be whatever, but y'all watched it. I was scratching the heck out of my hand. No, but we just hear me out. Y'all see how little these breads is? Just one. You see it? You see that? Little Tic Tacs. This is what the devil give you every time. Could you imagine God laying a whole loaf out every time he lay out something for you? And Lucifer and his buddies come by, and anytime you get anything from them, it's going to be this little piece of showbread. Is you getting me? These is the size blessings Lucifer gonna give you. He gonna put one on the ground and keep you coming out like this. He might make, and see, then he gonna do first he gonna put them in a pile. Then once you eat all that, he gonna give you one at a time. Until he got you so far away from God, You don't even see your way, and you done ate up all your blessings, so it ain't nothing for you to find to get back. You see what I'm saying? God got whole loaves of bread every time he want to bless you, and you keep dealing with this. But you done ate up everything, because he ain't going to let you. You show me one person that he let him keep it. And I'm talking about Lucifer, folks. You hear me? They don't get to keep it. They don't even get to keep their life. Sometimes they don't get to keep their soul. You hear me? And he ain't got, because once we find out that they don't own the chains, they don't own their houses, they don't own the cars, they get everything pretty much done for free. How do they all be it? Not all, but a lot of them be in crazy debt if they have so much. Why are some people having to tour until they're damn near dead to pay back all of what was supposed to be theirs? Lucifer is always going to take more than he give. He's going to take your self-respect. He's going to take your family. He is going to take your finances. His main thing he want to take, see, and this is why folks don't understand what this whole plastic surgery thing is about. I need y'all to open y'all ears and hear this all the way with the inner part of your ear. Y'all be talking about y'all understand and overstand this. Oh, shoot. Oh, y'all, it's making me nervous. Thank you, Nene. Listen, Lucifer was disfigured. Who knows that? Thank you. That was cool, too, because you know, like, I'm a fish person. But who knows that Lucifer, okay, was disfigured? Who knows that? You know it, Isabel. You know it, Sunshine. You know it. Thank you. Thank you. You hear me? As a part of his punishment, he was disfigured from the beauty that he used to have. So why do you think he starts to disfigure the beauty that God gave you when you start getting? A lot of people don't get the whatever they want until they disfigure their body, until they start taking flesh and moving it around and changing it into something. And a lot of times if they don't stop, by the end of it, thank you, Pumpkin, by the end of it, they look like a monster. They look disfigured. Their natural beauty is no longer there. But they say it is the industry that makes me want to change my whole body. And before you know it, they don't even look like they sell. You hear me? Thank you, Pumpkin. You hear me? Botched. Come on. Disfigured. So Lucifer wants you to look exactly like how he felt like God did him. Because remember, he was vain. He was the most beautiful. He was the baddest of the angels. When he lifted his arms, music came out. When he hit his toes, baby, it was cymbals. When he shook like this, it was drums. You hear me? And he wasn't nothing but rubies and diamond and bling. What you mean? And God made him unrecognizable and hideous. And what do you have to do when you get over there? Instantly, they tell you that what God gave you is not enough. When God said that I formed you in your mother's womb, before your great granddaddy bent your grandmama over, I knew that you was gonna be in your mama womb, because you had to be in her eggs, and she had to be in her eggs, and she had to be in her eggs, and she had to be in her eggs, all the way down 100 generations. I knew you. I formed you. So the moment that you tell God, what you gave me ain't pretty enough, you stepping into Lucifer's shoes. When you start to mutilate your body, you are stepping into Lucifer's shoes. He's mad that God disfigured him, and he wants all of us to. He said, how dare God make you beautiful? I'm the most beautiful thing he ever made. and you change me. Let's see what I do with your humans. And it's always more surgeries and more surgeries and more surgeries until you don't look like the beautiful person that God made you. It don't matter that society didn't think you was beautiful, because they changed their opinion of beauty with the drop of a hat. You can't judge yourself to what society say is beautiful. Hello, that part. And do and love me the way I am too. You hear me? And do. And do. I'm not knocking nobody that didn't got no surgeries, but understand the spirit that is behind it. Understand that Lucifer runs Hollywood and all that you see around us, and you have got to mutilate your body and change your beauty from what God said was gorgeous about you, that made you unique, that nobody else looked. You ain't got to have no hourglass. God didn't make everybody hourglass. Some people who gave them eggplants. Some people, you are an upside down triangle, but you be the best upside down triangle that you can be. He gave you those broad shoulders, you hold them out, and you walk proudly. You understand? If you got the pear bottle, he gave you that. He wants you to. If you have the knock knees that go out in this angle with the little suck cups in the back, that's the body he wanted you to have. That is the one. He crafted you. If you are pigeon-toed, knock-kneed, and slew-footed, baby, he wanted them to remember your walk. He wanted them to remember it. If one of your eyes is higher up than the other one, he thought about it. He did. He said, you're going to be beautiful in my eyes. That's all that matters. If he gave you a few extras on the sides, and no matter what you do, they don't leave the little wings and stuff, they're yours. Embrace them. That's all I'm saying. And you said, I'm hollering and screaming. Listen, I don't want to look like nobody else. I don't want to be like nobody else. I want to just be what God made me. Listen, walk that walk in your way. Listen, I'm trying to tell you. Joy. Listen. Can I ask you a question? I love y'all too. How is it, and this ain't everybody, I'm not generalizing, I'm not going off, I'm just putting some out there. A lot of people that start getting these surgeries, they look differently on the outside, but if you don't work on this first, if you don't work on this right here, it don't matter how pretty and shapely this is, your actions will show that you still don't love yourself. Because it blows me that everybody get them bodies and then they start acting out in promiscuous behavior. When you love yourself, you're not going to put yourself in jeopardy. So how is it that as soon as you get the body that makes people lust after you, you start doing things that show you don't love yourself? Like letting random strangers in the middle of the day see your nipples. You wasn't doing that before. We could not see your whole camel toe before. Brothers, you wasn't walking around with no wife beater on all the time. You had that cool, fresh, clean smelling white tee, babe. With the fresh, you know what I'm saying, jean shorts on. You was fresh always. Why you gotta be naked? Why now will you give your body to whoever pay you attention if you're worth more? If you worth more because you put all this money in your body, why you treating yourself like trash? And any nigga that act like he want to show you off or be whatever, then that's who you giving your body to, and you already know he giving it to every other person every night. You don't value yourself. You cannot. Listen, you value the money you put into you, but you don't value you. Because valuable things are not accessible to anybody. Anybody can't walk up and touch a $10 million diamond ring. Sometimes you have to set an appointment. They got to do a background check and everything on you, and it's armed guards. You got to click in a door. Baby, valuable things ain't always everywhere where everybody can get them. Or did y'all not know? Zales, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the places that just got the jewelry sign and it say jewelry. Whatever the name is, jewelry. It ain't got all the bells and whistles. It ain't got none of that. You wouldn't even know it was jewelry store if you just drove on past it, because that's where the money be. And everybody can't just walk up in there. You have to have an appointment. Not admissible. And I'm telling y'all the same things I tell my daughters. I'm telling y'all the same things I would tell my nieces. I worked in the club. I was around when all of everybody was getting that work done and everybody started getting. I was in the club when all of this started. Okay, when chicks was getting the fix-a-flat and I seen it all. And I also seen a lot of ladies very sick. Came down with all kinds of different things with their body. Now they on disability, can't work, all kinds of stuff, all in the name of looking a certain way. You hear me? I'm not knocking nobody, but make sure that before you work on your outside, you work on your inside. Because it doesn't matter how shapely, how big your breast is. None of that matters if your inside is ugly. Do you understand? None of that matters if you don't see yourself as valuable. Not expensive. We talked about that. Expensive and valuable are not the same thing. Expensive, anybody can buy it as long as you got money. Valuable, not so much. You got to know somebody to even get in the room to even think about buying it. You have to be privy to this special event to get in there. Make sure that your body is the same way. Make sure that the time that you just spend with people is the same way. Value your time. Don't let people waste it. Don't let people play in your face. Do you hear me? You can be valuable and, they can spend expensive things. But you don't got to get my body just because you didn't spend some money. Where they do that at? And we all have our times. Don't get me wrong. But those bags, the shoes, it's always going to be something newer. It's always going to be another bag to buy. So how many times you got to do that to stay the it girl? How many times you got to deal with chicks you really don't like that's really getting that money, and you really don't get to feel like a man while you with her? But you know what I'm saying? Like, how many times you got to do that? Every time you do it, take away from your self-worth, right? I'm trying to tell you. Do not buy in to Lucifer's if it look good, it is good. Some people will give you money to control you and make your life a living hell. They will give you everything you think you want, everything that you think you want to control you, to manipulate you, to make you their prisoner. It ain't always what you think it is. This is why it comes out that a lot of these Hollywood wives and basketball and football wives, when they get to spilling the tea, y'all be like, oh my God, she stayed there for the money. She got paid well for the BS. And I used to tell people, that costs too much. Because shoes don't hurt my heart when it's all over the internet that you screwing somebody else. Shoes don't heal my heart. Even me taking and spending $200,000 of your money ain't gonna change the fact that you still ain't at home in this bed. You over with that gold. You over with them hoes. You going over there with your home. Boy, you ain't at home. You go where the hoes at, you go where your niggas at, but you ain't gonna be over here. Interesting. Living in $1 million empty silent house ain't gonna feel good. I don't care what nobody say. That's why you gotta go on your girl trips all the time. Cause your nigga ain't never at home. We know because we see them on internet and everywhere else that they be trying to hide. Please stop selling us a dream that we're not buying. Next. You put your life at risk. This nigga is meeting random chicks. Or she, your girl, because you want to stay with the it girl, is meeting random niggas in random clubs and throwing that thing back and then coming home to you and kissing you in your mouth, and that's worth it to try to say that y'all the it couple? You put your life, your children, I mean, come on. Is it worth it? Just because you in the club don't mean you got to be out the club. You hear me? Be the mystery of it all. How about that? Go late and leave early. Be the Cinderella of the ball. For real. You don't gotta be at every party. When they keep wondering who you is, that's the mystery of it all, baby. That's where the magic happens. When they start sending folks the badge, and what is her name? Who is she? I see her, but I don't be seeing her. She be at the functions, but I don't really be. Where she go? Let them run out the club looking for you. Don't go sit in their section. Let them come to you. They will if you got the right magic. They gonna come over there. Send their homeboy. Be quiet, Circle. Cause see that other girl. Go lay down. See that other girl about to start spitting some game. Nope. Listen. She be trying to rise up. The Bible say kill off the old man. Because, baby, she about to put them nieces on game. You hear me? You ain't about to trick me. I'm going to be right on quiet. Because, baby, I'm going to leave that. She got to stay dead. The Bible say kill off the old man. Continue to kill him off every day. That's what I'm about to do. You said you heard it coming. I said, let me not. Go on back over to your side. Sit down. Sit down somewhere. Just sit on there. Look, I didn't have I can hear those streets. Baby, listen. When I tell y'all, a lot of times I struggled and I did not have to. My daughters will tell you. My cousins, my friends, they'll tell you. They see like, girl, you crazy. I would've. Yeah, but I'm not. That's not what I'm on. And so you would not believe the things that Circa has turned down in her life. And all the people around me always called me crazy, and they said you better than me because I would've, and you better than me. Okay. But you don't understand what comes along with that. Have you ever been hunted? Have you ever been followed? Have you ever known that every single thing in your house is not booby trap, but the tap they can hear all of your conversations for some money? You ever been stalked across several states? You ever had somebody pay somebody to come up in the store and follow you up in the store and try to talk to you, and then you get home and that person is sitting on your couch? And you just moved to a city, you don't know nobody. You ever had that? Because money ain't worth it, I promise you. To have somebody tell you they could easily get rid of you and nobody would know where you are because you would be in the bottom of a river with cinder blocks on your ankles. Everything ain't always what it seems. Understand. No, for real. Tuh. Some people struggle because they know what the devil will give to them. And it's crazy because before my godmother even knew me well, she told me, she said, the devil will give you anything you want to leave God. I said, oh, I already know. That's why I have to stay in my cocoon. I had friends, we would be in the car, I said, listen, this is what I need today. Get out the car, baby. And if it didn't roll up, and everybody in the car, and they like, nah, her, right there, you, come here. I said, I'm not no dog. Oh, I'll get out. Don't even worry about it. That's why I know I have to be careful. And this is how I knew, even though I couldn't prove it in my soul, that God has something big for me to do, because if I wanted it, the devil was going to try to send me the decoy and send it to me. Do you hear me? I have walked away from so many opportunities that I never would have had to struggle ever, 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 ever. And I chose to make God my most important thing. And I went through some stuff and people laughed in my face. I told you, one of my homegirls laughed in my face, talking about, girl, please, whoop, whoop, whoop. I mean, I couldn't be homeless. I said, I don't gotta be homeless. And if my phone didn't ring and a man said, you still don't want to marry me? You still don't want me to buy you a house and whoopty what? She said, when I say God's timing be timing, I said, what you say? Hold on. Boop. You said what? Don't ever think. Don't come for me. Shut her all the way down. And he didn't even know the conversation. I said, no, I don't want to marry you, sir. What do you need? And don't. Oh, you don't know it yet, but you do. No, actually, I don't. I do know. You don't know what I done told you. I don't know why you don't get it. It's a real thing that some people, money is not their most important thing. Status ain't their most important thing. Being seen by people ain't their most important thing. Some people genuinely want to know that other people's lives are going to be better. Some people want to genuinely know if your mind is okay, if your life is okay, if your heart is okay, if you are a person that, like, is not a selfish person. Them is the people God be coming through for when you care about not being a fool. You don't have to be a fool, but you can care for other people. You can sacrifice something of yourself to help somebody else. God don't do nothing but keep blessing you when you do it. And it don't always got to be financial. It could be a ride to work, a ride to an interview, a interview shirt, doing their hair for free because they got an interview. God, listen. It's only so many things you can buy. It's only so many purses. It's only so many shirts. It's only so much stuff that you can purchase. That does not swap out experience. To watch a person's life go from fertilizer to producing actual fruit, to watch them watch their mouth, to watch them have faith, to watch them sow their faith into other people and other people's lives, or whatever it is. That is more rewarding, like I said. But I had to be homeless to understand. I had to be about to get evicted to understand. I had to be a single mother. There's a lot of things that I had to experience to be able to be the person I am today. But if I had never allowed myself to see God for who he is, y'all, I wouldn't be able to do this. Hey, Joy, I wouldn't be able to do this. I would not be able to do this. Hey, Pumpkin, I wouldn't. I knew God had something big for me in my life, and I would run from what he was trying to do. He would throw roadblocks left and right. Yeah, it's a real thing. And that's why when people come in here talking crazy to me, I'm not talking about no you TikTok. You don't know what I had to go through to be this person. Not on here, this person. You don't know how many times I was betrayed to still want to show love, even though I couldn't call nobody in my family. Not one person. Mama, daddy, nobody would answer. And I hadn't did nothing to them. The only person I had to depend on has always been God, no matter what. Y'all don't understand. You do not understand. And I probably couldn't even explain to you how it felt to be 11 to 15 and your folks disown you. Like you was just out here for something that you wasn't even doing. Like the church said, but they didn't know. And you know what I didn't do? I didn't tell on everybody else that they was doing worse than me. I just left. When my brother was little, and I know he being did something, I took them whoopings for him too. I was a kid. But I didn't ever worry about taking on somebody else's hurt as my own. And I don't mean taking their life. I mean, I'll take responsibility. Ooh. So sometimes it'd be hard for me because, yeah, it hurt to the core. But you know what? God took on are things that he didn't do. And I don't know how as a kid I understood that. You hear me? I don't know. I don't even know. But I did. And so I took raps for things and punishment for things that I didn't even do. But I didn't want to see nobody else hurt. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to see nobody else go through pain, then gave up my food, then gave up. And I'm not saying like, oh, I'm just telling you how I got to right here. And people used to think they was getting over on me. People used to think my mom used to say, girl, you so naive. And I say, no, it would hurt. I could feel. I didn't know it was an empath. So there would be stuff that they wouldn't be saying, but God would let me feel it. You heard me? As a kid. I told y'all, she used to beat me. She told y'all she used to beat me for taking stuff out the house. Nigga, she done went to dealers and spent like $200 on a dress. You hear me? I'm like, yep, I never wore this. My friend has never had a pretty dress. I'm going to take it to her. Could you imagine buying your kid a $200 outfit, get home the next day or 2 days later, and it ain't in the closet? I ain't even gonna talk to you no more. Bend over, because I'm tired of telling you don't take nothing else up out my house. I work hard for my money. Lay down! Mama! My friend, she always got dirty clothes, and I just thought she was gonna want a nice dress because she always dirty. And I don't care. Don't take nothing out of my house. Guess what I'm about to do tomorrow? My friend always got dirty socks, and I got these Bobby socks down here. You done bought me 15 packs from Walmart. I'm about to take 2 of them, some canned goods. And I think her underwear be dirty because they be on top of her pants, and I seen them as the same Tuesday underwear she been wearing. So I'm going to go in and take her a pack of these 10-pack of drawers. The Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was a 14-pack. It was 10 with the extra 4. I'm going to take her a pack of them and a couple notebooks, some pencils. She tell the story to everybody. I used to smoke. I said, honey, I wanted to kill her. Baby, I'm packing up whole sacks, groceries, everything. You said you don't, and I went to a pretty good school. But a lot of these kids lived in a rural area, and we had it to give. So there's that. I'm talking about I done took a listen. That's one of the first stories she told my ex-husband. She said, yeah, she'll go, I'll be and went and bought them all brand new clothes. She gonna fold it up and take that mess out of here like I'm working for somebody else. You is, and I'm robbing the hood. Just call me Robin the Hood. Mm-hmm. It's mine, so I can't steal from myself. It's not stealing if it's my clothes. They in my closet. That's not stealing. It's mine. She said it ain't yours for you to give away. I'm not buying. You said I want to hear Granny's side. Now, listen. My mama I think she got on live and I asked a question. It's in one of the classes. She came out here and said it. I said, don't say my name. She said, okay. I said, did I used to get whippings for taking brand new clothes? She said, yes. You was here, Joy? She told y'all. Listen. She came right in class and told y'all. And I take a whooping tomorrow too. Because my friends need stuff and they don't have it and we got a lot. So, no. And did. She came right in here and told y'all I sure did. I used to tell her. No, whatever. All right, okay, bye. I don't got no reason to lie. She tells the story to everybody because I realize now how much money that was. But I had plenty, so I'm not about to let nobody go without if I can avoid it. And that's how it was when I was in the streets, when I was in the clubs, wherever, in the hair store, in the shop. I might ask you to, I don't know. I don't really like people in my hair, but I might ask you to iron my weave out or something if I know you ain't made no money today. You know what I mean? Like, to me, when you don't care about other people, it's something wrong with you. But when you try to take advantage of other people, I feel like it's something wrong with you too. I feel like when you don't teach people to love themselves, it's something wrong with you. If you always have to talk about somebody else and make them feel bad about how they look or, whatever, you can't find nothing beautiful about that person, even if it's just their personality. If you don't find them attractive, you don't have to. They might have a beautiful smile. They might have a nice jawbone. Hell, it could be anything. But you just look at a person and immediately think tear them down. How? This is why we have babies cutting on themselves. And what I mean by that is going under the knife at 18. You don't get your real body till you're 25. And really until after you have a few children, for real. You don't even know your hips ain't had time to spread and you putting extra ones on here. We got folks looking, what was that lady named Sarah Bartlett? Is that her name? The lady they used to put on display, which amazes me that all these women walk around in the streets completely naked like this lady. It was an embarrassment for her to be paraded around in a thong and a bra, or not at Sarah Bartman. Thank you. Sarah Bartman. And now y'all do it proudly for free. They made fun of this black woman because her rear end was so big and her breasts were so big and she was so shapely. Do we know that's how we got the little train things? We talked about this. Y'all remember? This is why the non-women of color started wearing those things that made with the train thing. I don't know what they call it. With the thing on the back to make their booty look big, and then they wore the corsets. This is why they started doing that, because when black women got dressed up, that's how they looked in their clothes. So they put those, yes. Go look at the pictures. It was like a whole wire train thing that they had molded. And then they put like a slip over that, and then they put the dress over that. Yes, that's why and then that's why they used to be walking like this. They had that so that they could be more shapely. This is facts. Go look it up. Facts. The corset made them look more voluptuous and more picturesque, or whatever you want to call it. The hoop, yeah. They are called bustles. It depends on where you was from. My grandma used to call them bustles. Yeah, that you almost heard me say it. I was getting ready to say bustles, and then I said, because they might not know that. But yeah, my grandmother was in the fashion industry, so now I know why I know certain things. But yeah, it was called a bustle. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. I think it was the Victorian era. Yeah. Yes. But have you seen how African women look in their dresses? Y'all seen how African women right now, when they get dressed up and they have those beautiful handmade gowns on, do y'all see how they look? Do you see their shape in their clothing? When they turn to the side? Right. So you have to remember that before Europe had color, like white, that's why I hate to say this. I don't want to say this and be mean. But that's why, like, they always look kind of dingy, right? And then when you go to like Africa and you look, there was always elaborate, even in India and places like that, they always have elaborate dyed clothing and all of this stuff. That whole white dress thing is because they didn't have, you had to have some money to have a dress that wasn't white. They talk about it came from being, whatever. That's not the truth. You had to have money to have dyed fabrics back then. But if you look all the way back to the beginning of time, in Africa, they had dyed fabrics. And in ancient Mesopotamia, they always had elaborate tapestries and all of these different things. So you have to go back and look a little bit further. You have to go back and look a little bit further. And you will see that history is just repeating itself. History is just repeating itself. That's all. You hear me? Yeah. So even with that, understand that you got to love you on the inside. You got to be okay if you got, like I said, if you got pale skin and whatever it is that you got to be okay with that. And somebody gonna say, she just saying that because I got offered to get my body done at 23. My baby wasn't even 3 months old. I had already went and seen a surgeon and everything, and I turned it down. I was like, no, I can't hold my baby for 12 weeks. Oh, hell no. I'm nursing. What I'm gonna do? They're like, oh no, you're gonna. I said, oh no. He was mad. I didn't care. And then that's when I learned about that thing. You gotta wear it. And I was like, I said, but wait a minute, because what if I'm not with you in 10 years and I don't got the money to get it fixed? Then I'm just gonna be lopsided and stuff. I said, no, I can't. My friends was like, girl, I would have did it even if it was just a tummy tuck. I said, they gonna have to look at these stretch marks, baby. Tiger strike me. I was scared, honey. They got the marking on me and doing all that. I said, oh no. What is your, oh no, And so you're gonna have to cut what? And I might not get no feeling back. Now I need these. I said, whoa. And then he was like saying with the tummy, you might not feel your belly. But I said, so what will I be able to feel? No, that ain't a good trade-off for me. I need those. No, thank you. I'll pass. I said, They got because the nerves might not come back. Oh, hell no. I'm going to be walking around here like Frankenstein. My arm done fell off and I can't feel it. He was like, what is you scared of? A lot. That's a map. That's a whole map. I had a C-section with my first son and still can't feel the bottom of my stomach. See, that's what I was worried about. That's what I was worried about. My friend is like that too. She had one and they cut her muscles and she see and I was and I learned that at about 18, 19. And I said, wait a minute, you can't feel this? And I was poking her stomach and she had healed. She said, no. I said, Right, you go first. Right. Nope. Yeah, it's a map. That's what tiger stripes are. They're a map. Mm-hmm. And some people have a 360 map. And he's 6. Oh, God. But we're going to pray you get some nerve feelings back there. Okay, let's not go too much into that. Mm-mm-mm. Dang. I already know because I seen my friend and she took her tape off and I damn near passed out. That's crazy. Y'all go through some. Every woman that has had a cesarean, because baby, I'd have passed out if I had to. I can't. I'd have passed out. Who gonna help me up if I pass out? Let me sit down. Look, let me sit down. Why I'm holding the bottom of my stomach like Cardi B was, like we didn't know she was pregnant. That's exactly where I grabbed my stomach at, where Cardi B had, where she had us listen. Okay. All right, so. Right. Uh-uh. I was traumatized as a kid. Both my parents worked in the hospital. And I can smell, when y'all tell me about these procedures, I can smell the operating, like the sterileness of the hospital. I can smell that smell of the gloves. I can hear the people's shoes going down the hallway because we was always at the hospital. Because she had to go run up there and pick up something. She had to go, and I hated the hospital. I'm not knocking nobody, but that, it just. I still don't like the smell of hospitals right now. Hospitals give me the heebie-jeebies. And surgery and blood and utensils and all of that. It just makes me. Okay. Well, back to what I was saying. The Lord will take you through some crazy things. And, yeah. That's why I don't want no more kids either. Yeah. I forgot what we was even talking about prior to that. Oh, understand that the devil will offer you whatever you want for your soul. Listen, girl, I'm trying to just scratch those. I don't. blood and stuff like that just make me queasy. Um, I didn't see too many crazy things. I just ugh. Okay. So, but the whole point of what I was saying when I was telling y'all going through all of the situations that I went through is that in my time, I had people laugh in my face. I had people, oh, she didn't fell off or whatever, and they didn't know that at that time I had took a stand for certain things that I didn't want in my life. I had took a stand for, you know, I will take the hard road if I don't have to feel this way no more. And it wasn't even, I didn't even have to be wilding or nothing. I just got tired of ending up at the same place. Not necessarily relationships, just a lot of different things in my life. It just seems like it was this revolving door of the same thing over and over and over. And I got tired of that. And so I started asking God to help me change my life. And it didn't come in the way that I thought it was going to come. Do you hear me? It did not come in the way I thought it was going to come. Actually, it came the exact opposite ways. But without that struggle and I don't want to say struggle because it don't always got to be struggle, but without that training of, it's kind of like I tell y'all when people want to start a business and they just throw money at the business because they have the money, but they don't know what's going on with their business. God is not like that. You know what I'm talking about? So they don't know what the book's supposed to look like. They don't know what the ordering. I mean, they come in and act like they know, but they have to ask everybody else how their business is doing because they don't know. But when you start something from the ground up and you work every single position and you've worked, even if it's not at this business, but you've been a server, you've been a hostess, you've been, the bartender, you've been the cook, you've been the cleanup crew, you've been, then when you walk through your business, your restaurant, you know what if everybody is in a place they're supposed to be because you have worked all those jobs. You know how it's supposed to look setting the tables or whatever else it is. Compared to a person that just throw money at it and want to yell and scream, but they don't know how nothing works. God is not like that. He wants and always is going to get a return on his investment. Even if you are the example of what not to do, God forbid you lose your life, God still got his, because somebody's life is going to get saved from you not doing what you're supposed to do. Your unaliving, you getting locked up, you whatever. Do you hear me? Somebody is still going to change their life because of what happened to you. So whether it's your soul or another one, God is still going to get his return on his investment out of your life. Guess what? People that run from the ministry, you know who they become a lot of times? You know who they become a lot of times? They become the alcoholic, drug addict, gospel singing person on the street, and they still gonna say it. They run to the streets to run from the ministry, to run from whatever else it is, okay? And that be the person that's always singing the gospel songs, walking around, but they drunk, they high, they, off they rocker. But whenever they come up to you, they got something wise to say, and then they walk away staggering. So he's still gonna get his word out. If he can use a donkey, he can use whoever he wants to. He can use a whore on the street. Do you get it? Because if he puts something in you, he gonna get it. Tell me you ain't met somebody. Tell me you ain't met one of them people and you like, why is you out here? You should be in a church. But can quote the word, bust it down to you better than anybody in the back. He gonna get his return on his investment. Because hate to say it, the devil really, in a sense, worked for God. He like a henchman, kind of. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna say he worked for him, but even when Lucifer is trying to put you in your worst situation, most times it's pushing you right to God. So in reality, he's like a extended paid employee, right? Because God will unleash him or his folks and let them to whoop you right back to God. So don't he work for God or no? He swear he don't, but you ain't never been in the devil's hands and God, he ran you right on back to the church house. You ain't never had a life or death situation come up on you and it ran you back to the church house. Jesus was not nowhere in the beginning of that. Sounds like an employee to me, that part. The middleman henchman, right, who always go too far. Oh, okay. So you don't think God knew that letting these demons get a hold to you? And I'm not saying letting, because you invite sin into your life. So when you invite sin in, you don't think that God put into the equation that Lucifer don't have no chill and he was going to get so, because he can't hide his crazy side. It come out real fast. You see what I'm saying? He be trying to hide it and hold it in, and then he just can't help it. He got to let the crazy out. Well, when he let the crazy out, it scares you, and you run on back to your daddy, who's not scary at all in that way. You hear me? You understand what I'm saying? It's like your kid, your kid being a bully, and so you let they big cousin get on them real quick so they can realize, boy, please, girl, please. I got something for you. Come here, Reverend. Go on and show him what it is. You want me to auntie? Go on and get him. Because he need to understand. I don't know why he going to keep running around here picking on these little boys. Come here, Ray Ray. Come on. Y'all get out there. Take them shirts off. Put them boxing gloves on. Tap dance on his head for a minute. And okay, so you going to stop beating on the little kids? But he bigger than me. And you bigger than them. Don't do it. But he bigger than me, and you bigger than them. But when you have the upper hand, you was cutting up, throwing people to the ground, tripping them, pulling their hair. Okay, well, how does it feel? You said I have 4 boys, so I sure get that. Yeah, you got to let the big one soon as they feel. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, you got to think about it. He created Lucifer, and Lucifer ended up being evil. So there's that. And we could be evil too. But we was born in evil. You hear me? I said all that to say, family, understand that your walk, you where you're supposed to be, it is not going to be easy. It's not supposed to. Anything worth waiting for, it's not easy. Anything worth achieving is not going to be easy. You're going to have to work on yourself. You're going to have to be hurt. You're going to have, but you will be happy. You will have days of joy. And over time, as a soldier, you don't feel the same way you did when you was in boot camp. And once you've been in 10 years, it's different from when you was only there 5 years or one day. So the more that you walk with God and the more that you fight these spiritual battles and the more that you learn about yourself and what it is that God do or don't want you to do, then becoming a soldier, it gets easier. You see what I'm saying? Becoming a person that trusts God no matter what's going on, no matter what it look like, because none of us know what's going to happen tomorrow. But can you trust him even when you don't have all that you have around you? If you was to lose all of that today, would he still be that good to you? Am I prior Navy? No. I seem like it though, huh? Yeah, I've been in the armed services of the Lord. I enlisted at about, 6 or 7. But you don't get to retire from this one. Never been in the armed forces because was not nobody gonna be yelling in my face. I said, oh no. I already have my mama doing that, and all my family, my family is a get up in your face and be puffing on your head type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Push you and stuff. And I didn't need no more combat. I had all the combat I needed by the time I was 11. But my mama ran our house like she was in the military. We had to have GI parties, all of that. Yeah, she'll come by. If she couldn't bounce a quarter off of it, you was gonna get it. If it didn't have that fold on the bottom, everything, your underwear and everything had to be folded a certain way. Shoes had to be lined up. Church clothes, school clothes, play clothes, whatever. All your shoes. Oh yeah, she'll come in. She gonna check every drawer. She gonna take her finger along the thing with that hospital glove and make sure you dust it. Oh yeah. So every Saturday morning we had to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and start cleaning. You ain't heard GI party in a minute? Yeah, that's what my mama used to call it. Cleaning the floor with the toothbrushes and all that. She didn't play none of that. Wiping the walls down with Pine Sol and bleach. You had to bleach your mattress, like take it and take a towel and scrub that down. Open the blinds, clean your window. This was every Saturday from the time you was in kindergarten until you moved out. You was gonna clean like that. Yeah, my mama did. She didn't play that. Yeah. Midwest. The white glove. Yeah, my mama, listen, she still be like that. So she didn't slacked up a little bit, but I told y'all she'll have your clothes in the washing machine before you get out the shower. And they was in the bathroom with you. She's gonna knock on the door and tell you to open up and let her in and get your clothes, and they will be in the washing machine before you didn't scrub your other butt cheek. I'm like, I can do it. No, I'm going to get them in here because I don't want no dirty clothes sitting in my house. Like, she was doing it to y'all nephew today. She went in this room. She said, what you want me to do with these T-shirts? Now, I done took them out the dryer. I done took him out the washer, and he be selling clothes and whatnot, and he don't want his clothes. And she said, do you want me to hang them up, or what do you want to do? You going to put them in the dryer? Because what's going on? It was 7 o'clock in the morning, and I remember she used to do that to us, and I used to be so mad. Like, get out of my room. Get out of here. Why are you in my room at 3 o'clock bringing stuff in here, putting it in the drawers? Put it by my door. Now, I would never say that, but why are you in my room? Ugh. Right. He said, don't dry them. Hang them up. I try not to do that to my kids. I would just fold their stuff up and put it on a table or on a couch and have them get it when they get up, because that used to drive me nuts. Do not come in my room while I'm asleep. Y'all think that's why it was hard for me to be married? Huh? Because I don't like nobody waking me up or coming in my room while I'm asleep. So that's probably why. I used to be irritated. That's probably why. Why are you getting up, brushing your teeth in the middle of me trying to sleep? You said, I don't know, one time I woke up and my husband was just staring at me. Ooh, tell bro no. That will get you poked in your eyes. What is you looking at me? Why is you watching me sleep? I told you I done woke up and a nigga done been over me like this with all a scary grin. My mama used to stand. I do not like that. I don't want that. I do not want you standing over me, or even like if I roll over and open my eyes and you just looking at me. Why are you doing that? That's why I sleep with the cover over my face. Listen, and I know, like, my mama used to stand over me too. I don't like that. Don't stand over me while I'm asleep. That is one of my biggest pet peeves. Don't do that. I guess if it's somebody you really like, I take that back. I don't want you standing over me while I'm asleep, never. But I guess I don't mind you, depending on who it is, I don't mind you looking at me while I'm asleep. It depends. Yeah, because I can say there's specifically one or two people that I didn't mind you looking at me, but other than no, mm-mm. I did not like it when my ex husband used to look at me like that. I didn't want him looking at me at all. God, I don't know. I went from wearing cute shorts, and y'all know our little tankinis in the house. So, baby, when I got married to that man, I had on a hoodie, and I didn't even. I might have on a coat in the house. That's horrible. I did not want him looking at me at all. Why are you over here looking at me? And I'm trying to listen. Ask my kids. I used to be fully clothed all at all times. My mama would come in to wake me up, and she would have on her, basically her makeup looking like Miss Doubtfire. Baby, I already know. Is that a sign? I think so. Because when you're attracted to a person, you want them to see you in that way. Girl, yes, it did. And I used to be mad. I thought if I look all the way covered up and look like a, you know how sometimes you see the bag people and they just got all the different layers of clothing on. They can have a dress and pants and shorts and a hoodie and then a vest on top of that. That's how I used to be in the house looking. I had a hoodie that went all the way down to the middle of my calves. A hoodie dress. Yeah. And I pretty much wore it every single day. That's horrible. That's not very nice, is it? I don't care. If I can't trust your words, I can't trust nothing else. Moving on. I think more. Okay, so can I say this? I think it was more of I can't be attracted to your body if I can't believe what you say. If you are not a man of your word, I can't. I don't want you looking at me. And that might just be my own crazy thing, but if I can't believe your words, I don't want your hand to touch me, let alone anything else. So once I start to see that you're not a person of your word, no matter what you did, whatever, I don't have to try not to even try to be attracted to you. I just won't. I would rather have a man with little words that do everything that he say he gonna do than have a man that's always talking and he never do nothing. And brothers, y'all need to be the same. If she always promising you that she gonna do this and do that whenever she needs something from you, and then she always come up short, not short on her end, pay attention to that. Because when you need emotional stability from her, emotional support and stuff like that, people don't. And this is your friends too. This is your friends too. Especially if they know that keeping your word, a person keeping their word is very important to you. And I think that's why it'd be hard for me to. It'd be hard for me to date. It is, cause I'ma do what I say I'ma do. You hear me? If we're dating, whatever I say I'ma do that. And I don't like IOUs when it comes to if you say you're gonna do something and you don't. And so after a while you just start, you don't look attractive to me. I don't care how fine you is, what's going on in your areas. I'm instantly turned off, and I'll be taking my steps back very quickly. And so I think that's why even my daughter, I told y'all, she said recently, she was like, "Mom, now I see why you just like pretty much most of our life you was single." I was like, "Yeah, because even as a young person, I was like, look." And I'm still like that. Like if you tell me, yeah, yeah, mm-mm. I don't want nobody around me to just be talking and be talking. You want to be seen, you want to be heard, or whatever. So you just, you know what I'm saying? Like that is especially in men. I hate to say it, brothers, but mm-mm. She stay in my business. Some days I just watch and don't even comment because I be like, girl, I'm gonna go over to the bathroom. You said if you're gonna talk about it, talk about it. Listen, you can't expect God to do everything He say He gonna do for you, and then you get mad and people can't depend on you. Hello? You expect people to do what you don't do to God. You tell God, oh, if you pay my rent, I ain't gonna bring him over here and throw my legs behind my head, because God, I know he ain't mine. I done learned my lesson. Soon as the rent paid, babe, you like, hey, boo. Then send him a back shot on the bathroom thing, like, missing you. Stop. Oh, we definitely will. Definitely will. Y'all, we have a family member that lost their father today. We definitely will. We definitely will. I am sorry to hear that, Pumpkin. Goodness gracious. Y'all, we got a family member that's in need of some prayer. Definitely, they over here saying they sending their prayers up for you, huh? Definitely gonna be praying for y'all. Man, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, yeah. Oh man, it life can change any day. You hear me? Life can change, and that's the thing. And this is why we have to be prayed up and be close with God, because we don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow, y'all. We do not know what's gonna happen tomorrow, and that's why every day we do try to come here and laugh, but we try to talk about real life issues so that we can be ready, and that God can give us strength to make it through whatever it is that's gonna happen tomorrow. You hear me? I'm praying that God brings solace to your family. Definitely sending that. It was all of a sudden I had to give him CPR and he still didn't make it. Oh Lord Jesus. Baby, I am so sorry to hear that. Oh my goodness. Not that this is good, but at least your face. But you see what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't by himself. You know what I mean? Even though I know it might be kind of tragic for you right now, he was not by himself. You hear me? And if your face was the last face that he saw, at least it was his baby. You hear me? At least it was his baby. Because some people are leaving here alone. Some people are leaving without nobody in horrible situations. You hear me? At least your daddy got to see his baby. You think about that, you will be the last. Listen, you got to be the one. So maybe he felt safe to go on and go. You never know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, everybody on YouTube said they praying for you, baby. And I don't, I lost my father, but I wasn't close to him. You know what I mean? So I don't really, like now, if my granddaddy, I do. Because I love my granddaddy. You hear me? So I understand, but just understand that you were the last that your mom saw. See, this is the thing. God knows what everybody needs. You hear me? Even our loved ones that are departing, He knows. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely will be keeping you in our prayers, making sure, you know what I'm saying, that God comfort your heart and comfort your family. I don't know if you have brothers or sisters or not, but yeah, you got a ton of family over here telling you too. You know what I mean? That's why my sad in my heart. My grandfather passed away 2 weeks ago alone, and he raised me. Yeah, but you know what? We don't always understand. Sometimes they don't want us to see them. We be wanting what we want. But when a person is tired, or, we don't know what they soul communicated to God before they left. You hear me? When your loved ones leave, you don't know what they communicated to God before they leave. We might not understand, right? But God come and get our people, no matter if we think it's too soon or too late or whatever else it is. He know more than we know. And I don't pretend to understand and all of that, but I'm just telling you that one of the things that I do know is that God knows better than we do. You have a brother, and I'm thankful for the perspective. Listen, because, baby, if I was getting ready to go, I'm not trying to be funny. The last faces I would want to see would be my kids and my grandkids. Before I'm getting ready to go into eternity, my babies. I don't care how scary or whatever it would be. That would be the last faces I would want to see. That would give me comfort or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, even though it's scary because we don't know the unknown, I would rather, honey, I would want to see my kids. My babies. That's who I would want to see. I'll be right back, y'all. Give me 1 second. Dang. Ooh. Okay, y'all. I just want to tell y'all that today blessed me. Y'all hear me? Today blessed me. I don't know if y'all been blessed by the couple of classes we had today, but today was a different class. These been some different classes we had. Between today, earlier, our class earlier, it was a good class to me. We've been having some amazing class. God is opening. Excuse me. He's opening up a lot of stuff. You hear me? I love you too. We is family. A lot of people on this here Beyonce sit on there call each other family, but y'all know they really not. We are real family over here. We are. I mean, we really do care about, and we've seen God take our prayers and they work. Miracles. They work. People's healing in their minds and their bodies, in everything. Their marriages, their children, relationships, finances. We have seen God move in every area here. People rededicating. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Buckins. Sometimes they be wild. Sometimes I just be on here running my mouth. But even in that, people be getting blessed. So I'm grateful. And that's why I didn't want this to be churchy. You said that's how I know this page a scam. Oh, the one that it's fake people getting my stuff all the time, Pumpkin. You know I don't do no readings. And I'm tired of fighting them. I'm tired of reporting them. Hell, I done blocked them. I don't know what to do. You've changed the way I think since I started watching you. God did it. I can't do nothing. Can I be honest with y'all? I don't have no power to do nothing unless God. But you know what? Remember we talked. What's the definition of persuasion? Let's look it up real quick. What's the definition? In the end, we were supposed to be in this book and we ain't even got over here. What's the definition of persuasion, y'all? What is it? Hey? Yes. Being led. That's one of the definitions. I love the school classes we have. Everyone here has been supportive and loving. Listen. But this is the thing, family. Look, right? That's why I tell people, I said, this ain't this school. You won't have to, you can't pass or fail nothing. It's experiences. Excuse me. And you can learn from other people's experiences what to do or what not to do. You hear me? You said, baby, because I was stubborn and lost. Listen, didn't realize you was hitting your own self in the head. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. You hear me? In real life, we be beating up on ourselves and blaming everybody else for it. That's why I told y'all, in situations where people get under my skin and I had to deal with them for a long time, I quit asking God to change them and asked God to change me. I mean, I still asked God to change them, but I wasn't so focused on them changing. I started asking God to change me, and then it didn't matter what they did. I wasn't bothered. Persuading someone to do or believe something. Okay. God is given, when you get the Holy Ghost, you get the gift of persuasion. You don't got to argue with nobody. And sometimes I do on here because people just keep coming in here being silly. But for the most part, I'm not trying to argue with nobody. I was in a dark place, major depression. I found you 2 years ago, and God changed your life. He did. I ain't changed nothing. Girl, I can't change nobody's life. I can't even change my own. Listen here. He did it. But you have, that's what I was talking about being a willing vessel. A lot of people don't want to be a willing vessel, y'all. A lot of people only want to, I told my man I'm focused on me and God, and he gonna deal with you. I'm done. Listen. But you know what? Just, did you buy him a journal? Did you get him a journal? Did you? Did you buy him the tools that he needs to be able to unload whatever he's been carrying prior to meeting you? You made him one. Oh. Well, maybe, well, okay. Go to God then and just, oh, well, I don't know, girl. I'm going to just be quiet. I'm going to just be quiet. Uh-uh. So, I mean, y'all want some class? Some real class? No, you just sowing seeds, babe. Some people sometimes this is the thing. Do we got any men in here? Can y'all raise y'all hand, and wives or whatever? Don't be acting funny. Do we got any men in here? Can you raise your hand? I'm about to show y'all something. And y'all already know this. A lot of times we know this, but we don't think about it. Do we got any men here? Anybody a male? Hello. Hello, Curtis. Hello, Alex. Okay. Okay. We got some brothers. Y'all gonna be honest and tell everybody today that a lot of times women don't make you feel comfortable enough to trust them with your secrets. We got some brothers that's gonna be honest. They be wanting to tell us. They be wanting to unleash. But if they tell you and then you throw it back in their face, you don't. So you do, Curtis, and you don't. Or you don't trust women to be vulnerable with them. You don't trust women to be vulnerable with them. So a lot of times, sis, I ain't gonna lie, you have to ask yourself, can he trust me with his most important information? You go into therapy mode. Well, you need to ask him what he need from you. Ask him what he need from you, because have y'all done the love letter? The love, what's the love language? Because that really do help. A lot of people don't think it do, but it really do help. Even to know yourself, because a lot of people don't even know they love language, and you be getting mad because a person can't love you the way you need to be loved. Oh, you definitely got to do that, because you'll be mad at your spouse because they not loving you the way you think you need to be loved, and you don't even know how to express that. Yeah. They got an anger quiz. Go to love language quiz. I believe it's .com or whatever. Listen, they got one for your children. If you don't feel like you getting through to your kids, or you don't feel like that, you feel like there's one for them too. Y'all want to go take it real quick and see what y'all get? Who haven't taken the love language quiz? I'll wait for y'all to do it, because it's always interesting for me for people to see they didn't even really know themselves. You be mad because your person is trying to love them. Okay, so let's go do it real quick. Y'all going to do it. Come on, Q. Go on and do it. Y'all going to do it. I'm interested now. We about to do our science experiment. All right. Let's do it. Love language quiz. Y'all go. It takes about 3 minutes. And I'm not in no rush. Take your time. Come on, go on over there. I'll wait. I'm interested to see what y'all get, because this helped me a lot. Even though I pretty much knew myself, it helped me a lot. You said you in my house again. Uh-oh. Well, go on and this Friday evening, let's let you learn your love language. Because you might be telling a person that they loving you wrong, and you ain't even explained correctly how they need to love you. Yeah, I'm saying go on and take the quiz right now. You can go online and take it and come back. I'm not tripping. I'll be right here because I want y'all to see. Because a lot of people out here, I'm trying to tell you, A lot of people don't know they love language. A lot of people do not understand, and then you be mad because people you don't even know what your love language is, and it's crazy. You'll be mad at them, and he said, "Bring him a book written by men." Oh, he said, "Bring him a book written by a man." Oh, I got you. Tell him, hold up, homeboy. I got you. We got that too. Here you go. Get him this. And it's written by Michael DeMarco. Get him that. There we go. Smart man. Get him that. Brothers, somebody give me a number so we can show y'all how this work right here. Somebody, brother, not no females. Brother, give me a number between 1 and 365. Oh, where's my light? Because y'all know I'm not going to be able to see. I think it's in my room. Right. 183. Why I'm on what? Why I turn to 186? Quit playing. We doing 183. Mine's is touch and a mental expression. Okay. Oh, you went and took it. Okay, hold on. 183. All right, sir. Your page says, "Blessed are you when people insult you and persecute you and lie and say all kinds of evil things about you because of me. No one can insult you. Sure, they might try to, but no one can insult you or hurt you emotionally unless you let them. See, the insult or the attack itself is not what hurts, but how you think about the insult determines if you will be hurt or not. It goes like this." When you feel attacked, you can choose two different responses to take away the sting. You can choose to just ignore what they said, or you can turn the tables and try to put yourself in their shoes, asking, why, what must they be feeling to say what they've said? But they can't hurt you unless you choose to take in what they said and internalize it as if it had any impact on your life at all. What affects your emotions is never what happens to you, but your interpretation of what happened to you. See things from God's viewpoint, and suddenly no one can slam you, no one can hurt you anymore. Freedom belongs to the God guy who can stop thinking about things from a human perspective and start thinking about them from a godly one. I just want to know, sir, is that relevant? Mr. Alex, you been getting attacked, your character lately or something like that, your performance? It is. All right, Ellington, let's hit you up. 238. Ooh. Y'all brothers, there you go. It's a page for every day, and you don't gotta go page by page. I normally just open it up. You got a husband, a son, a brother. Good book to have. You hear me? Here we go. 238. They got one for women too, ladies. It's a male and a female book. All right, here we go. It says, "Suddenly an angel from the Lord stood near Peter, and his cell was filled with light. At that moment, the chains fell off from Peter's hands. Peter followed the angel out of the cell. Do you feel trapped by doubt? Are you living in isolation and fear of what other guys are thinking or saying about you? When you feel like the walls are closing in and everything and everyone is against you in these ways, you have landed in an imaginary prison of your own making. The walls feel as real as any prison walls ever could be. You are paralyzed and as stuck. Okay, I'm sorry. You are paralyzed and as stuck as you would be if someone really had locked the door and thrown away the key. But the walls aren't real. Like a mime in a box, you struggle to free yourself from the non existent cell. As you moan about your inability to get out of this mess, you reinforce the walls, the bars, and the cold, hard floor where you restlessly sleep each night. How tragic to sentence yourself to a prison that doesn't really exist. How crazy to believe all is lost and everyone is against you. Even if everyone around you is against you, is your God all you need? Is your God all you need to sustain you no matter what? Or isn't He? For the child of God, there is freedom. The walls can hold you only as long as you keep your eyes on them. Once you stop considering your difficulties and start considering God's truth, you will find an open door to walk through. To be free, all you have to do is recognize that nothing matters except the call of God on your life, and that nothing happens to you unless God allows it in order to teach you something. I just said this now. Let go of your need to fear the outside world and walk free. Just like Peter walked out of his prison on the night the wall shook and God set him free. Okay, brothers. You said gonna grab two of them. Oh, okay. So you didn't put yourself in a mental prison you ain't supposed to be in? All right, well, I'm gonna need you to walk on out and let them doors go down. Mm-hmm. 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 It's okay. I tell you this. What's my love language? Acts of service. Devontae, you want a page? Give me a number between 1 and 365, Devontae, the one. Yeah, acts of service. I just told you if you can't do what you say, I'll be turned off. If you don't do what you say, instant turn off, babe. You don't even get 215. Okay. You don't even get a whole bunch of tries to not do what you don't. I'm not, And then folks try to say I be acting funny. All right, 215. He said to the people, be careful to guard yourselves from every kind of greed. Life is not about having a lot of material possessions. Greed is about wanting more than you need. You be chasing the bag, Devontae? Moving on. I'm gonna move on. It's about saying I have to have it right now and nothing else will do. When you see more, when you use more than you need and eat more than you need or buy more than you need for life, you'd best beware. You'd best beware your tendency for greed. How many times have you told yourself that you had to have something that wasn't an essential for life? When you complain that you don't have something, you want a new car. This isn't a requirement for living, like food, water, shelter, and essential clothing are. You only prove that you're a slave to yourself. You've let the habit of giving in to the demands of your wants dominate you. And when that happens, it gets harder and harder to break the bondage of self. The word, the word for that condition of thinking more about yourself than others is selfish. And it is neither pretty nor biblical. In fact, the exact opposite is true. Scripture repeatedly calls the God guide to a life of dying to self rather than serving self. The only way to get free from yourself is through a new master, Jesus Himself. When you choose to create the habit of becoming a slave to His word, you set yourself free from your old taskmaster, greed. Don't let what you think you need control you. The only thing you really need outside of food, air, water, and shelter is God Himself. Once you look to Jesus as your ultimate master, you can be free. You still here, nephew? Because sometimes it be. Yours is acts of service too. Come on, Q. Don't tell me what you're going to do. I want to see it. Is you still here? That's it. God saying you don't got to hustle hard and rope yourself to death. God going to provide what you need. I don't even know what you're going through. But he said don't make yourself a slave to yourself thinking you got to have it now. I ain't going to lie. I feel in love with your life. Oh, you fell in love with my life? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Well, come on over, Sunchild. You know we got 1,000 classes on YouTube. Over 1,000. Circuit Trover 22. Let me know when you have a big challenge. I'll let you win the match. Oh, I don't have people come in my live. I don't do that. I don't do any of the challenges or anything. But thank you. I don't even know what y'all be. I don't even know how that be working. You needed to hear it too. Who else needed to hear that you don't gotta? Thanks, sis. That page spoke to my want for a spouse, but I don't need it right now. So you looking for your spouse yourself instead of waiting for God to send it to you? He got the right one for you. Don't even worry about it. And then you're gonna have that old headache. Me talking about I should have waited. Struggling with the in between. Get busy. Blessing some other people. Start a Bible study group or something. Start some kind of activity for the kids. Start giving yourself away and you'll meet her. Yeah. Give yourself away and you'll meet her. And I ain't talking about give yourself away. I'm saying go get busy doing some stuff. And she'll be wherever. Because, see, people be going to the club in the wrong places looking. Write down what it is that you want in a spouse and put it in a Bible or something. Not a person, but just the characteristics, all of them, and as many as you can list. You want somebody that's going to lay in the bed and rub your head while you go to sleep or rub your back. All of the things you can think of. Write it down. Write it down. Because sometimes we be asking God for stuff and we be like, I just want this, or I just want a woman, or I just want a man. And he be like, I could do better than that. But if you going to take what I'm offering and then you mad when you don't get what you want. Like, I can't even lie. Like I said, my ex-husband was not a bad dude. It was just tools that he didn't get. Right? And so it was hard for us to get past a certain thing because he still had that mom complex. If he could have ever gotten out of that, we would have been a power couple. Because when he listened, we did very well. You see what I'm saying? But there could be some things in your heart because you don't know if God is going to bring you a person that you have to love on. Really, you have to love them till they love themselves. Excuse me. We never know what condition we going to get our... It ain't saying you got to have somebody that's completely broken. But there's always going to be some stuff. When you walk in your purpose and do the things you love and are called to, God will place them in your path. He sure do. He sure do. He sure do. Look, he placed me in y'all way and y'all in mine. And we all needed each other, Maury. We all needed each other. In one way or another. Thank you so much. Thank you, Maddie. It happened when you're not looking. Yeah, that's why I said I'm not tripping. I'm busy doing what God want me to do. If he send me somebody, he do. If he don't. And I joke about it. But then I be thinking, where you gonna sleep? Because all my books is on the right side of my bed, and I gotta sleep by the door, cause Grandma right there. And then I be thinking, what if I just like come out the bathroom and they in my office? Will I be able to handle that? So I just been rethinking it all. Listen, I just been rethinking it all. You hear me? But I want what God wants for me, and once you want the will of God for your life, it be different. Like I told you, I said, God, I'll teach all day, but I just don't want to teach in the church. He said, bet. And I don't want to have to teach like they teach. Can I teach like I teach? That's why I didn't put nothing with no church nothing up here, because I didn't want to run the fish off. And guess what I'm still doing over here? fish. That's a nice fish. Still pulling the fish out the water. You hear me? The big ones. Deep sea fishing. I be having to dive deep to get some of y'all. You hear me? Put my snorkeling stuff on. I got to go down to the... Is that a shark behind me? Like, this what we on over here. You hear me? And is. And is. And we gonna get y'all all the way where you need to be. It's the bibbity bobbity boo. Come on. Listen. I'm fishing. Once God saves you, what do you save for if you're not trying to help nobody else? If you cannot take the amazing things that God gave you and catch some more fish so we can keep filling up these bags, then what are you here for? I know he placed me here. I was seeking for deeper understanding, and boom, you popped up on my FYP. Sad that I just was in all of y'all face like that. Some of y'all got over here from Zoe pages and a couple other people's pages, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I just showed up on y'all FYP one day. Who the hell is this crazy lady? It's okay. It's okay. Because guess what? The way that God, like I said, today, that young lady, y'all, and not that we don't hear these kind of things all the time, but when that young lady said that she was here before the crisis in Mississippi, and then she actually got to go and be there when the stuff that we did, y'all, got delivered. Because I don't normally talk to the people. Like, when after I talk to them, if we do any big drives and stuff, I don't, sometimes the people let us know they got it and sometimes they don't. But to know that there was somebody that was in our community that we didn't know was in our community, that was in the actual community that we were sending stuff to, and then they got to see the stuff coming off the truck and got to benefit, whether it be from a straw or whatever, like, that did something for my heart, y'all. Thank you. Okay. Yes, definitely get them books now. Definitely get them books. You hear me? So remember when I said that you all are philanthropists? Y'all believe me now? I hope that y'all put that on y'all resume. He said 21. Okay. He said 21. Well, let's see what he got. And you did show up on my FYP, buzzing heads and chopping necks. Somebody got to do it. The pastors are scared, so let me go on and bust your head to the white meat so I can pour this medicine in there. Just order my book, just in case, so I can put it up. Okay. Okay. Here we go. You said 21, right? 21. All right. 21 says, in the tent of meeting outside the canopy where the words of my promise are, Aaron and his descendants must keep the lamps lit in the Lord's presence from evening until morning. Light is a symbol of God and godliness. Before God created the seas teeming with creatures, the land growing with plants, and the first people, he turned on the light. Then God said, let there be light, so there was light. Light is always associated with goodness. God is said to be dressed in a robe of light. And 1 John 1 and 5 says he is light. His word is a light that helps us to see where to walk. And the gospel itself is considered light to a dying world. God wants his people to live in the light. He wants the light to keep burning continually. There was a time when we lived in darkness, but when we meet Jesus, the lights were turned on and everything that was hidden was seen. As a God guide, you can't let yourself go back into the darkness. Darkness is the opposite of light. In darkness, evil lurks, sneaks, and pounces. Sin hides in the dark. But when we shine the light on our lives, it can no longer hide. And that is why the light should always be on. God, you too are a light to the world, revealing truth to those who are lost and a shining light on what people do in secret. Ooh, so you be exposing people, okay? But if you put your light out, hide it, or are ashamed of it, then you give in to the darkness. You have to trust that the truth, you have to trust that truth is what this earth needs, and that truth is found in light. No more hiding, Gaga. No more lights out moments where you do what you would never do if the lights were on. Encourage the light by praying, studying, and looking for opportunities to bring your own sins into the light. Ooh, so somebody got a calling on their life, and you've been running. You don't want nobody to know you got gifts and you can see, so you be playing crazy like your TT? Because I sure used to be playing crazy, and I told y'all, God will let me see. Right? I be like, ooh, and they be like, well, oh, no, y'all didn't see that? Okay, maybe I'm tripping. So I'll be trying to, I'm tripping. No, you're not. You seeing exactly what you're supposed to see. People be trying to play you like you crazy, but you not. Yes. He can see. So you be careful. Don't be trying to get over on him, because he can see. He can see other people's secrets, and he know what he be trying to hide. So there's that. Yeah. Hold on, y'all. Cause what time is it? 9. Okay, give me a second, cause I ain't had my meds. Just wait one moment. Yeah, we'll do some more, but I forgot to take my medicine. I'll be right back. Y'all keep getting me off. I got to take my prescription every couple of hours, and fooling with y'all, I be and forgot. All right, y'all. Sorry. I'm really excited about the classes we've been having lately. You hear me? The classes that we're having, they are. Do we got another male in here that want to do one more page? No women. We normally do the women. I don't be needing much, sis. I don't need all that. I just need to keep my nerves together. Your husband picked number 9. Okay. All right. Here we go. And then we'll get you 7. Oh, okay, that's one back. Okay, Mari, 9 and then 7. Okay. All right. So 9 says, then Jacob prayed, God of my grandfather Abraham and God of my father Isaac, please save me from my brother Esau because I'm afraid of him. If you want more faith, then you're going to need more prayer. As you pray, you learn to trust the God, the God who answers the prayer. I just said this earlier. That is crazy. Okay, pay attention, circle. As you pray, you learn to trust the God who answers prayer. It is like exercise. The more weight you lift, the stronger your body gets. And the more you pray, the stronger your faith gets. Neglecting God's call to prayer leads to spiritual weakness and failure. If you want more trust, if you want more hope and more faith and more strength, then you need more prayer. You can't let prayer take a back seat in your life. It has to be the most important part of your day. That's true. It sets the tone for your life. Without it, your faith is useless and weak. When you love someone, you want to spend time with them and talk with them. And when you need something, from someone, you have to communicate to ask them for what you need. Prayer is your communication with God. It is the way, it's the way you connect, the way you come into his presence and to learn his character. It's the way your life comes to really mean something. Because through praying for others, you can change their lives. And as those lives change, your trust in God deepens and their lives improve. It's a win-win. Prayer is a powerful thing in the hands of a God guy. Don't underestimate its strength and its ability to change not only your life, but the lives of the people you pray for. Jacob's willingness to go to God for his needs brought divine help for his entire family. And your prayers may just serve to help not only you, but the people is around you as well. Interesting. Interesting. Ma'am, do your husband got a thank you list? I'm gonna need you to print one for him, Liz. Hey, Deanna, I'm gonna need you to print one for your husband. You hear me? He said thank you. He just prayed for his family. Come on, God know what you need. All right, Mari, here go yours. This would be a dark page. Seriously? Oh, I got this. Hold on. Y'all know. Woo! There we go. Take your son, your only son Isaac, whom you love, and go to Moriah. Sacrifice him there as a burnt offering on one of the mountains that I will show you. Abraham was told to sacrifice his son Isaac, not just for any old reason, but to reveal the truth that only through death can your life be devoted to God. But it wasn't the death of Isaac that was really the point here, but the death of Abraham. It would be worse than death to have to kill the one you love. But that's what God wanted Abraham to do in order to prove his faith, to die to himself, to die to his feelings that fought against him with every bit of their energy, telling him not to do what he was being commanded to do. Dying to your urge to do what makes sense even when it's directly opposed to God's commands. It is at foundation. Okay. Dying to your urge to do what makes sense even when it's directly opposed to God's commands is at the foundation of faith. Dying to self is refusing to let you be your boss anymore and deciding that no matter what God asks, you'll do it. No matter how crazy it sounds, you're in. Y'all just gonna be all in my business. You're in because you know that God can be trusted, and that you want His best. That makes it easy to do the hard things. They are no brainers when you know that, of course, God is good and can be trusted. So you can do whatever He asks without any worry about the outcome. Abraham was asked to do an unimaginable thing, but he never hesitated because he knew God, and he knew that if God asked him to do it, it must be for the best. The world might consider it insanity, witness, but the believers consider it necessity. When God, when doing what God commands seems impossible, remember Abraham and remember who God is. Either He is perfect or He is imperfect. What you decide to do after He commands you to do something proves which one you think He is. Don't be hard headed like your TT Mari. You said, I just watched My Only Son on Prime. I cried the ugly cry. Oh, it's about Abraham? Didn't know. Oh, hard headed. Don't be hard headed like your TT. You better get. You said sigh. Already am. Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 It was a good one. But now y'all understand. Okay. I can relate to that. When I told y'all the story a gazillion times when I told y'all that God would have me move and leave everything, and people be like, God wasn't telling you that. When God told me to sit, okay, okay, hold on. Um, when God told me to leave, or I would tell people God got me sitting and reading. People call me crazy. They said God ain't told you that. That girl done lost her mind. Remember I told you they said I was in a reprobate mind and everything, and now them same ministers and them same all of them people be calling me and asking me questions about either where to go get the stuff that God told me to get, or where do they find the books, or do I got any information on? What if I would have listened to them and not God? I wouldn't have even been able to come back and help them later. I wouldn't have had the answers to give them that they needed, or to be able to direct them to scripture that was going to help them. Sometimes, most times, I told you, whenever you obedient and you do what God, it ain't never for, it's for you, but it don't be for you. Do you hear me? You said, yep, and that church that kicked you out, I'd have followed you. Which one? The first one, the second one, or the third one? Or the fourth one? And I didn't even do nothing. Like, I could see if I was in the church causing problems. I didn't even get a chance to get my feet right wet enough. And they talking about, first of all, these people, I brought them in here. What you mean? I ain't telling nobody to leave. They didn't even know I was leaving. I didn't tell nobody. Y'all probably made the announcement. Y'all made the announcement that I'm sat down and all of this because y'all feel like I'm in your business. They know what's up. I did not start no trouble in the church house, honey. That's one place I was scared to start trouble, like real trouble, like being messy. Oh no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna be messy in the church, but I will tell you what God tell me to tell you. And once you understand that if you are a prophet or a prophetess, and God called you to be that, you a prophet when you little. They said you were a problem in they angry church. People with the pitchforks voice. And did. I told you, pretty much every church, the first 3 churches that I got kicked out of, my family walked me out. They had a relative walk me out of the church. You know how horrible that felt? My brother, my uncle, My auntie, whoever telling me I can't come back. No, they didn't mess up. They pushed me exactly to where God wanted me to be. I'm grateful that happened because I'm not brainwashed. I live free in Jesus for real. Can y'all not tell? I can talk about him whenever I want to. I don't have to be on no fake stuff worrying about if somebody gonna see me. If you see me in a club, I'm still gonna talk to you about God. What's up? See me at the liquor store, I'm still gonna talk to you about God. You see me in the shake 'em up, I'm still gonna talk to you. I'm trying to figure out why I can't talk about it wherever I want to. I don't only gotta I'm because I'm free in Jesus. If I want to go sit on the corner with the people that's homeless, guess what? I could do it. Because I don't have to worry about who gonna see me. Long as you see me doing taking care of my father's business, I don't care what you see me doing. Talk to the people I came in contact and ask you what I said to them. I guarantee you that's gonna speak for itself. Right. I'm not trapped to, ooh, I can't be over there because somebody might see me. I can go wherever the hell I want to go, and especially in the dark places. Am I running up in them? No. But was there a time when God had me going into very dark places? Yes, he did, because guess what? There's souls in dark places. And everybody ain't supposed to do that. I am not telling you to run to the shake 'em up or none of that. That was my calling. That's where God had me at. That's where some of the places that God hid me. You hear me? God hid me in those places. But there's a lot of lost souls in all of these places. And the lost go to where the lost is. That's what familiar spirits do. You hear me? I'm on a search for knowledge and understanding. That's why y'all over here, because y'all on the same search. You want to understand life. We would not be linked up together if we didn't all want understanding and wisdom. It ain't saying you want to be the smartest person in the world. I just want to understand why all of this is happening. You understand? So then when you get to link up with other people that are complete from different other, countries, cities, races, whatever, ethnic backgrounds, whatever you want to call it, and you see that they live the same life as you get to see God for first, because you understand that he really did make us out of two people, and we all have something in common. Whether you hate my color, or I dislike your hair, or your toes. I mean, it could be anything. We all still came from the same spaces. Most of us. Now, some of y'all great granddaddies is angels, and we are not the same. But moving on. Some people's grandmas was cows, and some people's grandmas had a tail, and some people's grandmas had beaks. Some some people grandmas had flippers. I'm sorry if you have not done your DNA test to find out if your grandma had four legs or two. But some people's great 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 grand grandma was a horse. Some people grandmas had tails for real, and beaks, and hooves, real ones. So I don't know about those grandparents, but I mean the other ones. Listen, that ain't a lie. It's the truth. Some of y'all great 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 grandma wasn't a grandma. She was a horse, or a cow, or a bird, or a lady alligator, or a whale, or a dolphin, or a snake. Some of y'all grandmas wasn't. I'm just saying, it's giving the old TV series Dinosaur, not the mama, right? Do you know my mom loves that show and my son did too? Hilarious, not the mama. Yes. Yes, I'm just saying, we not gonna lie and say that everybody, some people's grandmas was animals. Father Abraham had many sons, and many sons had Father Abraham. I am one of them, and hopefully so are you. So let's just right arm, left arm, right foot, nod your head, Father Abraham, and many sons. Let me quit messing with y'all, but for me, hopefully one of them is you. I don't know. I can't say that for sure no more. Not after study. Not after the Land Before Time vibes. I'm trying to tell you. Like, what would you do if your baby dad? Come on, y'all. It was a real life sweet tooth. It was a normal sister and a piggy sister. It was a normal brother and a horse brother. It was a normal sister and a bird sister. And a skunk sister. In real life. I mean, Joe's brother was half fish. Could you imagine being the other baby mama? He'd be like, I want y'all to meet somebody. I know you know I had another relationship and I brought my son to meet you. Shh, Junior, it's all right. It's okay. Don't be nervous. She already mad because you got another baby mama. But could you possibly imagine your baby daddy saying, the mother passed in childbirth and I need you to be your mother to my kid, right? I need you to, when I say you, well, listen, when I see you, right, look, and then you go to look for the baby hand, you go to look for the baby feet, and it's all one piece down there, and it's got flippers on the end of it. What do you say? And he didn't ask you to be the mama to this baby. Brothers, you got a girl, she done carried this baby 9 months. And she having, and he got goat legs. And you don't got goat legs. And she don't got goat legs. But this baby got horns and goat legs. What you gonna do? They call him Flipper, Flipper, da 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 da. Yeah, that used to be my show too. What you gonna do, brothers? Sisters, what you gonna do? You said move to the farm. You know what, Mari? He said, move to the farm. Well, I guess we just gonna be on our way. I mean, what would you do if somebody brought you a baby and the top half of it was a human and the bottom half of it was a horse and it was cute? But what you gonna do with it? I mean, how do you put him in a barn or a bed? I'm gonna stand back and ask, what kind of freak is that? You know, you be asking difficult questions. I'm just saying. You petty. You said my own little minotaur. You know what? You know what, Mari? Mari, like, well, he is kind of cute. I mean, he could be a use, you know. We can put him out there and, I mean, he can sleep in the house until he get big, but like the babies, listen. Ooh, that baby in Evil was scary. And it be some stuff like that going on. We just don't hear about it because you know if they can put it in the show. You said, can I pet that dog? Listen, I'm for real though. And we know as many times as we done pulled out this book and we didn't look in different places, it's a reality. We know that these beings really did. Okay, let me do this before we get even going. For the people that might not know the name of this book before y'all ask, here we go. This is the name. Please screenshot it. Please. Because I know you're gonna ask. Okay? Now listen. Right? You gonna be okay with somebody bringing you a baby. You gonna be all right with that? Because this is what back in the day people's brothers and sisters look like. They might have a human mama. The horns don't. They come out soft, mama. They don't be hard. They like our bones. Montavious the Minotaur. Hilarious. My like that, Jasmine. Montavious the Minotaur. If you don't get your butt in here right now. Montavious the Minotaur. I like it. I like it. Not Montavious the Minotaur. Hilarious. Montavious. Look, she did. That was good. Because they mamas was black. So, you understand. You already know what it is. Too funny. Just think of Wolverine, right? I couldn't even imagine. Your Aunt Mara said approved. And he was the one talking about my little Minotaur. Listen. Your family member Jasmine said, Montavious the Minotaur. You talking about my little Minotaur. Not y'all having the same thoughts. Hilarious. Listen here. This is the thing. It was a different world before the flood. And to know that everybody was really... J.L. What is his name? J.L. Lewis? What's his name? The man that did Narnia? Yes. And she on top of the list of babysitting. Oh, he said you on top of the list of babysit. Just Jasmine. Hey, Pumpkin. Meet your new godmother. Hilarious. So you didn't name the Minotaur. He said, yep, and you on the top of the list to babysit. C.S. Lewis. Okay, thank you. Yeah, they got to share because we looking now. See, they've been able to hide it because people didn't really know where to go find the information. But now, they got, you see how they all of a sudden having all these discoveries that prove a lot of what we said is she, Jasmine said, no, she not. You the godmama, he said, Jasmine. Mari said, Jasmine, Mari said, since you named them, you is the new godmom, and it's time to babysit. He gonna be tearing your stuff up, girl. Damn Minotaur, running his head into everything like a big block-haired boy. Put your padding around your stuff, girl, and just put the new couches down in the basement till he about 2. Because Mari gonna be dropping them off at nighttime when he gotta go to work. He said, get ready. Mm-hmm. Someone got to share the responsibility. It takes a village to raise a little Minotaur. Hilarious. Montavious is his name, as a matter of fact. Montavious the Minotaur. Mm-hmm. You listen. God know what we need. You hear me? We have very serious moments, but we laugh until we pee over here, honey. It be good. Good night, Auntie Judy. We gonna have a good time one way or another. You hear me? But I'm also grateful that God allows us. I don't know, like I'm happy that we're at school and not the rest of it. And you know, I think people can feel a lot freer here to learn about God and not feel like they have to live. My stomach hurts from laughing and crying. Baby, I already know it do. One thing we gonna do is keep that spleen clean around here, one way or another. It's gotta be one joke cracked at least every day. Somebody gonna get it kicked off, and then it just goes from there. It never fails. Yeah, every day. You hear me every day. But the cool thing is that God saw fit. We basically like how Peter and Paul and them and different ones had never met each other, but they had heard about them through somebody else, right? And they didn't wrote letters back and forth. They ain't never met in person, but it feel like they have because they was pen pals and meeting people through other. This is exactly what we've created over here. Like God did that for us, and it's great. Your comments are getting filtered. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They always be filtering these comments. They do a whole bunch. So this is the thing, right? I'm just grateful that we got this opportunity to, one, not feel so alone, because you realize that God, it's a lot more people out here that think like you, because the devil always wants you to think like you're the only one. And it's got to be something wrong with you. But it's not. It's other people. We just don't be ran into them until we get, like Mari said, on the right path. And once you get on the right path, you start running into the people that have your same interests, that, have gone through similar things. And so then you have that connection that you need. But a lot of times we be trying to get connections from people we're not supposed to be connected to. I'm happy too, Trina. So I'm not gonna keep y'all. I might get back on here in a little bit. We was gonna read, but it's late. It's already 10. I might get back on. I don't know. I'm about to go see though. Try to find me something to watch. And I don't want to be up all night, so I'm gonna try to lay down early so I can get up early in the morning. Because I'm tired of waking up at 10 o'clock. I do not like waking up at almost 10 o'clock. I don't like that. It drives me. Please say what part? I don't even know what I just said. What you talking about? Which part? YouTube be playing. And it's recorded. My brain fog is on them, and that ain't even because of my meds either. I just been, y'all see it. I've been like zoning out and everything. It gets worse before it gets better. I was saying the baby get in trouble. You gotta take him. Go get and get some hay. Hilarious. Not being connected to the people you supposed to. Oh, that's what you meant. Mm-hmm. When you be connected with the people you not supposed to be connected with, you can't find the ones. I told you they be decoys staying in the way. They be in the way. And that's why I do not worry about moving folks out the way. Because whoever's supposed to be around and do what they gonna do, like, I'ma know. You know what I mean? I'ma tell y'all, and this is just my experience, how I realized that a person wasn't supposed to be in my life is that things start being taken away very quickly. Yes, ma'am. You know we love y'all. We try to pray for everybody every day. But you hear me? If this person, you start talking to a person on the phone, I don't care. Sometimes they don't got to even be in your life all the way in your life. You start getting flat tires, bills coming up, getting into it. Like, pay attention to once that energy gets in your orbit, if God starts to take away or add to your life. That's how you will know that they supposed to be there. And like I tell people, if you around me and my pockets dry up, or I start getting more bills than normal, or it just seems like you got to go, because I know that means you ain't here for the right reasons. You ain't here for the right reasons. And God gonna let me know, because this is something that, if you start coming over a lot, my food always gone, I ain't never got my food, like, no. Ain't supposed to be no lack. Yeah, and once you start, and this is friends, everybody, you start paying attention that once they come in your space, whatever that is, whether they taking your good energy, they you hear me? They'll come and eat and do and lead a mess for you, expect you to pay for it, expect you to baby. I pays attention. If when you get in my life, I start having a deficit, then I go to God and say, tell me what that is. You ain't got to wait until you all the way destitute and whatever. God be answering prayers before you even need to ask him. In real life. You can't find nothing all of a sudden. I pay attention to all that. Good night. Yeah, I'm about to go. I love y'all. I don't know if I'm getting back on or not. We shall see. I might color. Turn some music on or watch it. I want to color. I've been wanting to play my game, but my eyes are still kind of whatever, and I don't want to be all the way up close on it, so I'm just going to wait until tomorrow. Good night, y'all.